one thing I learned from Reason too. You gotta kind of just talk to him. You know what I mean? Not everything is about being the best rapper and saying the shit that niggas don't understand. Sometimes it's about just what you call it, spilling.
Spilling.
Yep. Sometimes it's just about that, and that's what's been resonating with everybody so far. Hey, yo, pause, I'm not putting nothing on the platter, but my name is Oswin Godfrey Benjamin, you heard? Brooklyn Zone, Newburgh Zone, you know what I'm saying? AKA Two Strand Tony, AKA Leviticus Bradshaw, AKA Forehead Freddy, you heard? So Hueman Art Club, pretty much it's Hueman, Hueman color, so not specifically the Black Man Art Club, but people of color, I feel like we're not spoken for enough, so I feel like every time you look at a piece of art, you know what I mean, you see the finishing product, but you don't see all of the mistakes that goes into it. So Hueman Art Club is pretty much a collective of mistakes and thoughts that I second guessed, that I actually trusted enough to put out there, and you know, it resonated with people pretty well. So I got kind of tired of spending money on everybody else's clothes, and I was just like, yeah, I'm not like the flyest nigga in the world, but I could put it on, pause. So I was like, yo, I really just want to create my own stuff to wear, and I'm not gonna tell nobody it's mine. And if I get stopped on the street like, yo, what's that? Then I know I'm doing a good job. It started off as like single art stuff. So I do a single and then I'll do artwork and merch for the singles. And then it's not like I've been doing this since I was 6 years old. This is pretty recent, but it's yeah, I love it though. Chris Webby, shout out to him. He's probably one of the most consistent artists I think I have ever seen. And I met Chris Webby years ago through a Sway freestyle that I did. I believe it was 2019. And he reached out and he's just been showing love, and we just finally found the right record for us to collaborate on. So I sent it to him. He sent it back to me in like a week and a half. And he was like, yo, I really vibe with the record. So I'm like, all right, bet. Yo, so boom, let me put you on, right? When I made Needed Some Time, I took 5 months off social media because I seen it was really taking a toll on my mental. I was doing stuff like I wake up, before I tell my wife good morning, I just check Instagram or check my email or whatever. Like I was really consumed in this fake world, right? So I took like 5 months off just to get right. Started reading the Bible more, started praying more, started really spending time with the people that I love, and Needed Some Time. It was a record that I made in real time. Like everything that's in that record, it was what was happening right then and there. And the second verse for that, it wasn't even supposed to be a second verse. Like I got a call from a good friend of mine, and his best friend had passed after the record was already done. And I had a really, really good friend of mine that passed in a kind of similar way. So I was feeling all those emotions again, and I was like, yo, I think I need to write about this. So everything in that second part of that verse, the 7:50 in the morning, I never call another brother a morning, I hear in his tone that he gone, like that was the time that I got the phone call. That was really what was going on at that time on that day. So yeah, Needed Some Time is special. I think I became a better songwriter. It's a very experimental project. A lot of things that I'm doing now I was afraid to do it back then. A lot of second guessing vocally, or just, you know what I mean? Like I feel like I was growing, pause, through that project. And then I think I was still figuring out what to talk about. I knew like the first album is kind of easy for people to make because nobody knows nothing about you. So you have the liberty to, you know, expound on whatever stories you want to. And once music is out there, criticism is out there. So that kind of freedom you have with your first album, you kind of don't get it again until later on. And then when you get comfortable enough with criticism and reading it, and it's not just in your head, now people are, you know, criticizing your work. Once you get past whatever that feels like, then you get to kind of find the innocence again. But the second album, Joy Comes in the Morning, that was there was a lot going on in the world. The pandemic was going on. My best friend Najee had passed. And like being black felt extra difficult during there. That was, you know, the Breonna Taylor thing happened, the George Floyd incident happened, and like being black in itself is kind of, it's a heavy thing. It kind of hits you a little differently throughout them times, and everybody was inside, so you couldn't even just walk off what you was feeling. You kind of had to just deal with it. You know what I mean? So Joy Comes in the Morning was a product of grief and pain, and I got married also. So it was like just that juxtaposition of marriage and death, and finding the medium and figure out how to love and grieve at the same time. Pause. There's been a lot of growth since the first album. I'm exploring a lot more musically. It's a lot of soul. It's a lot of funk. It's a lot of singing. It's also a lot of rap. So the sound is evolving and is growing. So I'm excited to see how people receive the sound as it evolves. I'm interested to see the new fans I get and the ones that stick around from when it was just rapidy rap shit, you know what I mean? So, yeah, that album, that tour, I'm working on my own stuff and putting out a bunch of singles until people give a fuck enough for me to make an album. Just living, bro. Hey, what's going on? It's Oswin Benjamin, and you know what you're watching, right? Well, if you don't, let me tell you, you're watching Deathless TV, you heard?